Hello, hello. How is everyone doing? We are live, I believe. This is my first one I've ever done of these. So, we're figuring stuff out as we go, for sure. But I see a couple people on YouTube, see someone on Twitch. Welcome to the stream. I'm excited to dive in here. We're also live on LinkedIn and Twitter. We're doing a lot today, and it looks like it's working. So I'm excited to dive in. I have a super weird, just a minute. I have a weird audio thing coming through that I would love to get rid of. Let me see here. let's see. Hey, look at you. Let's get rid of that. There we go. That's better. All right. I think we're set here. I just need to make sure that that's set to that. All right. We're rocking. We're rolling. Welcome, welcome. Anyone in the comments? Anyone having a particularly good day, particularly bad day? Anything going on today? Anyone excited to see some SwiftUI? Guys, we're working on an app today, and I'm very excited to show it off. I know if you haven't checked out the video I made about it, definitely go check that out on YouTube. We're learning new stuff. It's been a long time since I've learned a ton of new stuff, so this has been a pretty cool experience. This is definitely a noob friendly stream. If you don't know what you're doing with SwiftUI, that's where I'm at. So that's how we're gonna do it. All right, let's dive on in here. So, I'm gonna switch it off to the code here. I'm gonna make this a lot bigger so that we can all read it here. So today, first off, I just kind of want to walk through. What are we doing? What are we building here? If you haven't seen the video, so we got a SwiftUI app here, and actually, I should just run it on the simulator. Maybe close a bunch of stuff, just so that we don't get interrupted by random notifications. In fact, you know what? Where's that thing? Focus. Do not disturb for an hour. Let's just turn it on until I say turn off. How about that? All right. Look at that. We already have an issue. I was playing around with this apparently. But apparently that wasn't an issue. All right. Awesome start. Oh boy. Let me clean these up here. Do we have an app? There, we have an app. So this is what we're looking at right now. If you haven't found, it's SwiftUI. And we're organizing GIFs with it. So the idea is you're going to have events here. You're going to have people here. And then you is kind of your GIFs, things that you would like to receive as GIFs. Just like in theory. And yeah, right now, where's the functionality at? Well, we can go in and kind of add an event. So we could say, like, I like to test, by the way, with Harry Potter characters. So this is Harry's birthday. Pop quiz, when is Harry Potter's birthday? Does anyone know? I believe it's August 1st. Isn't that kind of a plot point? And then they go to school on September 1st. Isn't that how it works? You know what I just realized? Part of the weirdness, we don't have our background audio going. We don't have our music. Ooh, there we go. Is that too loud? That feels kind of loud. But I don't want it to be that loud. That quiet. We'll see. That looks pretty good to me. But, if it's too loud or whatever, definitely let me know. Be like, nope, hate it. Too much. I also didn't like that song. We're gonna skip a song here. This is just the free YouTube creator list. So they said I can use it for streaming. So, we're gonna see here. But real fast, I'm gonna check this out. All right, there we go. All right, I think we're all set. I hope you guys enjoy. So yeah, back to the app here. So we can totally do events here, and we can even slide them over, update them. So for whatever reason, maybe this is Harry's birthday with a couple exclamation points. We can definitely do that. And we can add some people here. So we'll add like Harry. And we'll add Ron. Because who doesn't love Ron Weasley? Oops. Ron in all caps. Oops. There we go. All right. Let's just add the golden trio here. We'll add Hermione, because why not? Oh, it's going to try to autocorrect it. Add that. All right. And then we also have a setup here. So we can delete them if we need to, but then we can also click into kind of their person thing here. So here we can edit their, oops, didn't want to completely delete it, but yeah, you can edit their name if you want, and then you can add a gift to them here. So I don't know, Hermione would probably like a spew pin. Spew, what that's called? I honestly don't remember, but we're going to go with it. I think it was spew. So spew, spum. Oh, and it looks like that didn't save. So that's pretty cool. Interesting. Maybe that's where we're going to start. We're going to start seeing why that didn't save. But I'll give you a little tour before we go in there. Yeah, none of these are saving. That's a bummer. All right. And so a little bit just how it's working in the code here so we can see it. We have events, people, and gift ideas right now. It's kind of the main sections. I'm trying to organize this by feature. You know, one of the big things that we're trying to figure out is like how to get all this to work together. And I'm just not sure yet. So as far as like how you should organize stuff, where your stuff should go, it's funny at work, we use Flutter for most of our stuff that we build. And there we have like a whole system of like where everything goes. But this isn't work. And I don't really know yet. So we're figuring stuff out kind of as we go, to be 100% honest. But yeah, so we're also using SwiftUI here. So you can see like this at query is how we get all our people. And if we like go into that person object, we have this at model bad boy here. So we can see, that like automatically using Swift data shows and import it twice here. Probably don't need that. But yeah, it basically, this is a macro that generates just a ton of code. And so we can totally go in and it like, yeah, generates all the code for like code completion and stuff. So, which is pretty cool. So yeah, so let's check out. Let's see here. Is there a particular reason why this gift idea thing isn't working? I wonder if the problem, I was playing around with this before, trying to get it to sync to CloudKit, and I didn't get it. But I bet this create gift idea thing is not working for whatever reason. The question is, are we actually adding gift ideas with the right person? That's the question. I don't know. So we're going to check it out. Maybe let's drop a breakpoint here. And let's actually try to run it again. Let's see if we can figure it out. I see we have a handful of people watching. It's annoying. I don't see in my... I'm using Restream to kind of put all the different live streams together. And I can't see how many people like are on LinkedIn and Twitter. Or X, I should say. I don't see how many people are watching. So that's kind of frustrating. But maybe I can just go check them out individually while this is going here. So let's see. Can I see this stuff? If I go to me and I go to, well, it says some people are watching. It's exciting. All right. Still figuring out this whole live streaming thing. But yeah. All right. So we have a breakpoint here. Let's go back to people. Should we add one for Ron here? Old Ronnie boy. That's already going to drop a breakpoint. Interesting. So person should already exist. And I can confirm down here. Yeah, we got person, which is a wrapped value. Interesting. I'm not sure what wrap value means, to be totally honest with you. It says we have some gift ideas. And name, is name going to be a string? No. Huh. Well, I'm still learning. How do you use this this navigator for debugging. To tell you the truth, figuring it out, it's kind of different than what I'm used to. I'm going to guess that the changes I made are that this should not be null or nillable. This should not be optional, I think, probably. And then on the same idea here, this should not be nil. That should be required. And then we'll say self.person is person. Now, this is going to kill our CloudKit integration, but it's not working anyway. So we'll we'll see if that's what it needed. You can also see I have an app name, actually. I haven't put this in a video yet, but Givingly is what we're going to be calling it. Oh, that was an issue. Oh, we don't need to force unwrap that because it's non-nullable anymore. You know, here's a question. If anyone, oops, what is up with that? There we go. That was super weird. Anyone who's like a big SwiftUI expert, if we have any of those in the room, what is it called? Non-nullable? Like in Dart, I would say that, yeah, that's a non-null variable. But would you call that a non-nil variable in Swift? Since you have nil instead of null in Swift, which is an interesting distinction. I just realized my camera got all screwed up here. There we go. Bring me back into focus here. Fatal error. Failed to find a currently active container for person? That doesn't make any sense. Maybe that was our issue in the first place. No, there's person right there. Model container for person. So it makes me think that it's actually different error that is masking. I wonder if the problem is like I made those required, like not able to be null, and then, but after I created data, so maybe I had to do like a migration, which I don't want to do. I want to just clear all the data, but I wonder if that's what that error is actually saying. And interesting because it's saying me. This is like the other. It's like a different. It looks like it's trying to render in that me tab, which is actually just a special person named me. So I wonder if that's. The issue here. Person create backing data. It's really interesting. Let's go take a look at where I define that, which is in the main content view here. I have a tab view. And yeah, person named me. Interesting. Did I say that has like a default? Yeah, has a default value here with an inverse for giftidea.person. So I'm not. Look, I bet you didn't know you'd be debugging with Marcus. Didn't know it was that kind of stream. Sadly, it is. All right. Let's check it out here. I believe this is how you define the model container. I think this is what I had before. I shouldn't have played with CloudKit. That's really what I shouldn't have done. That's what screwed me up. Let's run it again. See if we can get that error again. See if we can find any other. Let's just Google it, you know? Let's just try to debug here. Give me a new personal window here. Let's see what we got. I've obviously ran into this before, so maybe there's some. Oh boy. Ignore built-in dark mode. There we go. What do we got? When the model created, the app crashes as it wasn't available in a CloudKit container. If you have CloudKit container, it requires all properties to be optional. Interesting. But I'm not using CloudKit containers. I don't think. Let me make sure I turned it off. Do you have a CloudKit capability? You don't. So I don't think CloudKit should exist at all in my app. So I think we're good there. I do really think it's not correctly initiated. Yeah, the thing is I'm not creating a model container. I'm using this syntax, this .model container 4. So I think it should be good from that standpoint, but clearly something isn't good. All right, what if I go in here and do the classic thing here, where I say, just make this nullable again. And same with gift idea here. We're going to make this nullable again. And then we're going to see if we can run it with that. Was that the issue? Build failed. Yeah, that's because we need our exclamation point again that we got rid of just a minute ago. Classic. So, build succeeded. Here we go. Get rid of Safari here. Yeah, we can run it now. All right, so it looks like that was the issue. Let's just delete these and then see if we can run in the same issue. I really don't think so, but let's find out. So I'm going to say that is required now. That is required now. And we'll run that. And it's that same exclamation point I ran into about 6 times. And what do we got? What do we got? Failed to find a currently. This is the most annoying thing I think I've ever seen my whole life. What if instead of doing it here, we say gift ideas, which is a array of gift ideas. And then what if we'll make this have a default value, but what if we do it in the constructor? And we say self.gift, like maybe it's unhappy with the default in the relationship there. Again, none of this will work with CloudKit, but I tried to do CloudKit the other day and it was really hard. So that'll be a future Marcus problem for gift ideas and CloudKit integration. What do we got? Hello? Same issue. Same issue. You have a requirement there. This is really difficult and really annoying because I wasn't doing this the last time I was using it. So, I kind of would hate to just have to live debug with you. So let's just get it back to the working order. That's what we'll do. So get it back to where it was working, where we know it was working, which is where this is nullable, and we know this was also nullable, right? And then we know it works there. Like this should run, should open, and the build will fail because of this, but that's okay. We'll run this. Don't allow that. I don't know what it said, but we don't need to allow it. And, all right, we're back. We're running. We'll add Harry again, because that's not what I wanted to work on today. That's not really, I think, important to me. What is important right now is I want to be able to update these. I want to have more fields in this event class. That was what I meant to do today. So I think that's what we're going to work on instead of whatever that was, whatever the issue that was. I'll track it down later off camera. So as you can see, event right now, there's 3 kind of fields here, but I'm just going to get rid of event type, to be honest with you, because I don't like it. I don't like event type as a concept, I decided, because there's just too many types of events. So before it was like birthday, anniversary, wedding, but there's like a million things. Like I put like religious for just any religious holiday, which there's just too many of them from different groups. So it just doesn't really make sense. So I'm just going to have you manually specify like an icon. And I think we're going to set it as it's going to be a icon that's from SF symbols. So we're going to say icon is a string. If you've ever used SF symbols, I guess this is how you do it, is they're just strings. And then like in our event row, this is going to break, I think, because it doesn't know icon. And actually created a macro somewhere. Was it under events list? Not a macro, sorry, an extension. Yeah, all this can go away. Oh, and even the color. Interesting. I think color we should revisit. But now I'm gonna get all sorts of angry squiggles because of getting rid of all those. Like event.color, whatever. We'll just say .blue for now. Everything can be blue. Who needs any other color besides blue? And this preview, I can get rid of that type. And I'm sure there's more issues. Let's just go through them right now. U.birthday, out of there. And you're missing a parameter for icon. Now here's the question. Which icon should be used as the default for now? Is there balloons? I looked at this once and I forgot. Balloons? Balloons. Yeah, there is. We're going to say balloons to fill. We'll just copy that. And we'll say, oops, balloons to fill. That's the icon for this event. For all events. And you have the same issue. Now you don't. And, oh, it says date should come before. There's something super weird about that I'm just used to from Dart is like if you're naming the parameters. So like look at this. Again, if you know Swift, tell me why this makes sense because I don't get it. But basically, you have to put them in order still, even though they're labeled what they are. Like in Dart, you could just do any order because they're named. Like why do we need this camera keeps screwing up. I just saw it again. Sorry about that. But yeah, isn't that weird? That like you have to do them in order, even though it doesn't matter because they're labeled. Like you shouldn't need an order. Anyway, that's just that's my noob coming out. All right, is this good yet? Can I run this again yet? Oh, it's so mad about so many things. All right, doesn't like birthday. I should create like a dummy event, right, for this. For sure, right? I should create a static event just for these previews. That's another thing I'm not sure how to deal with. These previews. It seems like a lot of code duplication, but like I've already written from advice some things that are just there, like this preview container. It only exists for wrapping up a preview container. It's like a container to use in previews. It just feels weird to have that like in your just normal app code. Same with this dynamic query view. Actually, this is different. This is for SwiftUI. Or sorry, Swift Data. I'm not sure if Swift Data is honestly what I'm going to end up with. It's very strange to me. It's had some weird edge cases. But I want to stick with it for now. All right. Also, Xcode, how come no close all tabs? Am I missing something? Sometimes I just want to close all tabs. But it seems like that's not a thing. All right, we're good. Can we run now? No. Missing backing data for event. Because you need an icon. Should we give it a default icon? We'll just say the default icon. Actually, we can do it here, too. Oops. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. We're struggle busing this. Very simple code to write. We'll do it there. I don't know if we actually had to do it here too, but we will. And it didn't like my white space. Is that for real? Lots of weird stuff going on. Now you don't need it. Yeah, that's what I thought. That's what I thought, Swift compiler. You don't need it. I'm going to sit a little better here. I'm like on the edge of my seat. I'm excited. This is my first stream. We're here. We're streaming. It's fun. And it runs. All right. So we got balloons. There's our balloons for Harry's birthday. Unfortunately, I think if I say Harry and Ginny wedding, I create that, we get balloons too for that. So let's create something to actually pick your symbol. Now, I'm not sure. Yeah, I just want to use this. Basically, look at this nice little open source thing. Has an MIT license, I think I saw. Yeah, perfect. MIT is great. So this is just a way to pick your symbol from SF symbols. Now here's the fun thing that you guys get to see live on camera here. I've never actually used a package in Xcode. So we're going to do it together. We're going to figure this out. So installation, in Xcode, go file, add package dependencies, and then you just paste the repo URL. So that should be pretty easy. I already forgot. What did it say? File, add package dependencies. Packages. Oh boy. Add package dependencies. There it is. All right. And I just say, there's my URL. And there, that looks good. And there's our dependency rule. Let's add this package. It's going to fetch it. I've never used there it is. It's a library. Add to target. Gift planner. For sure. I think we need that for this to work. There it is. Oh, there's the README. If I look inside, there's all our sources. Oh, look at this. You can actually see the source code. Very good. Very cool. Oh, it has some tests. Love to see it. Some resources. Look at it. It's that picture. Alrighty. So how do we use this here? We just pop up a sheet, it looks like. Oh, that's a custom button. Do we need a custom button? What's the difference here with a custom button? Oh, it's saying you can pass in a custom button, a close button or something. I don't think we need a custom button. All right, so here's our form. So I think we just want to have another, do we want a section? I don't think we need a section for this actually. Here, let's get our preview back running. We'll actually do it. I actually have two, one right now for create and a separate one for update. I don't love that, obviously, but it's where we're at. It was easier to do that way. All right, we have our preview back. Welcome back, preview. You could zoom in so I could see you maybe. How about? That's better. It's not great, but it's better. So we're going to do, oh, and you know what? We're going to put you in a section. Also, I don't know the keyboard shortcuts, so be sure to roast me in the comments about not knowing keyboard shortcuts yet in Xcode. You know, everyone I work with hates Xcode. And so the fact that I'm learning how to actually use it, I think is brave. I think that I'm a model for what everyone should be doing. All right. See, this is me just stalling while I'm setting everything up. And I just realized too, I'm going to wrap this, where we got extract embed. That's the word I'm looking for in a navigation stack. So we can see, just in the preview, so we can see our title. It looks a little more like how it actually looks when you're using it. Although it's in a sheet, so it's even not that perfect. All right. I keep stalling. Let's do this. We want a button, I guess. We'll say pick a symbol. And on tap, we'll create a state here. So let's do state private var symbol, which I think is going to be string, but we'll make it. Oh no, that's not what we want. Is it? How did they do it in the README? They had a separate is presented and they had an icon. Okay. I think there's a fancy thing we can do for this. Oh, it crashed. That's fine. Yeah, that wasn't ready yet. Interesting. You know what I'm just going to do here? I'm going to definitely just copy that. Let's just copy it here. And we'll add that to the section, I guess. No, we'll add it to the list. I don't know if it matters, actually. But okay, so we'll call this picking symbol. And we'll set that to false. And then we'll add another one. No, actually, we don't need to, because we can, I think, just bind it to the event property directly, which will be cool. So we'll say sheet is presented. We'll be picking symbol. Ha! Look at that. And then we have symbol picker. So this one we'll have to import that, I bet. And then instead of icon, we're going to say event.icon. Because this was just a string, right? Yeah, it was. So that should map. Cannot find import FF symbol picker. Thanks, Xcode. Figured out. Auto dismiss, true. You betcha. Padding, sure. And I'm trying to learn the SwiftUI way of doing things, or the Swifty way of doing things. And I feel like this would be more Swift-like to do it this way. Because you can just totally ignore that. Like for your closure, you can just say, yeah, there's closure here. All right, pick a symbol. And you know what? I realized this button, we just created a button here. We didn't actually tell it to do anything for one. So we're just going to say picking symbol is equal to true here. And then instead of this text, pick a symbol, we're going to say label, because I want to return a label here. Hey, Luis. I see you're watching now. I just saw your comment. I don't know how long ago this was. You're my first comment. I appreciate you. I might not know Xcode shortcuts, but I know how to open the simulator from the CLI. You know, I actually forgot how to do that. So that's genuinely impressive to me. So yeah, that's awesome. Glad. Thanks for watching. All right. I work with Luis. We're good buddies now. So we work together, and that's pretty cool, right? All right. System image. We're going to say this is event.icon. All right. Because then I thought we could display the icon next to the button, and then you could click on it and do stuff. So our preview here is spinning. Ha! It didn't work. What was your problem? It didn't like it. Remote human readable error? What? I've never seen that error before. We're going to try to refresh. This is what you get for watching the Noob try to build an app. So. All right. I guess it doesn't like that. So, for some reason. I wonder if this icon is like not a real icon. No, but it has to be, right? Because it was from SF symbols. All right, we'll just do this then. Does this work? If I just cannot convert time to shut up. All right. We'll just fine. Pick a symbol. We'll do it that way for now. I mean, this UI is all temporary anyway, to be honest. Is that going to work? Or did I totally screw something up? Like, more fundamental. I don't like that it's still taking forever. What do you got? Remote human readable error. It may have crashed. I've never heard of remote human readable error. Here's what I'm going to do. For one, I'm going to stop that. And I'm going to try to create or try to run. And it built fine. So maybe sometimes I find if you just build it, it just kind of works. But hey, we could try it here while we're here. Oh, this is weird. Why did it do it like that? I put the navigation stack here. Did I screw something up? Because it like, see how the background's weird now? Did I put the padding in the wrong spot? I think I put padding in a weird spot. Yeah. That's what I did. All right. Let's just rerun that. I still figuring stuff out. I feel like some of this is just when you're learning something new, you don't know what you're doing. All right. Create new event. Can we pick a symbol? Oh, I know I didn't build this. So it's a little bit cheating. Are my balloons in here? There's the balloons. Oh, and look, it's selected the balloons. So this was a valid name. So that wasn't the issue. Oh, it has some animations. What do we have for like wedding? I forget. Do we have rings? No. Do we have just like wedding? Oops. I mean, this animation's nice, but it's kind of, I don't know. It's a little distracting, to be honest with you. It's also this weird load more button. What does that do? Oh, that's a weird, I'd expect this to be like downloading something. There's also some gaps. Look, this package looks awesome, and I don't want to criticize it at all, though, because it looks like a great start. Oops. Like, it honestly looks great. I'm probably doing something wrong, to be real with you. But, I don't know, for a wedding, we'll say that, and then we'll test this. What do we got? Hey! Look at that. Hey, Bruce. Those animations, though. SwiftUI has cool animations. It, like, kind of automatically animates stuff, and I love that. I don't know. It's a little distracting. Well, I should actually type for something. But, anyway, it's good. We're going to stick with this. We're going to go with that. All right. So we have an icon. We still want to display it in our picker, though. And we still want to update. How hard would it be to condense, update, and create together? Because I have it here and I create it here. See, like, I just create the event here and then map it. The only difference is that when I click create, it inserts, where I don't have to do that if it's updating. Ah, boy. And I can't preview this file for some reason. Remote human... All right, it's time we Google. It's time we Google what the heck remote human readable error actually means. And look, apparently I've seen this before because it's purple. So maybe I have seen this before and I'm a liar. I don't know. What do we got? People say, try using later Xcode. Same error. Do we have like a real answer? Or did people just say, oh, this is not working? I was 15 beta 8. Look, we're way past that at this point. Maybe I just need to clean or something. Let's try that. Let's stop here. I don't know if this actually does anything, but we're going to try cleaning the build folder here. And then try again. No such module. Oh, it needs to probably download it again. Are we going to get a preview here? We all wait in suspense. And what do we got? Nothing. What did I do? Is it this picker that it doesn't like? I mean, it was running before, so it can't be the picker, right? What if I get rid of you? And instead I just say it's a text. Now can I load it? Is your problem with the SF symbol? How's Xcode treating you? Yeah, it's an adjustment. I'll say about Xcode, it's not as bad as I thought it was. I think a lot of people, especially Flutter people, hate Xcode. And oh gosh, this stupid camera keeps moving. Look at that. I'm not sure. I need a better camera mount here. It keeps. It's not stable. Anyway, yeah, Xcode. I think a lot of people hate on it because they're used to stuff like VS Code or Android Studio, and it's the keyboard shortcuts and everything, and it's so customizable, and also they're just so used to it. But I don't know. It's not that bad, I think. I haven't found it to be. You get used to all the weird quirks, I think, pretty quickly. And a lot of the stuff that I used to hate, all this build stuff, once you start to learn how it works, it's actually not too bad. But I mean, I haven't delved into this stuff too much, build settings and build phases. Maybe I'll actually hate it down the road, but for now, I don't know. It's fine. It's just different. I'm slow, but this whole thing I'm slow building. So that's how it is sometimes. All right. I got to figure out this error. I hate when I'm live to the world and I have a stupid little error that's stopping my tracks. Is it the button maybe? I can't imagine it's the button. This is the most standard button in the world. So, but that is what I added. That is what I changed. And I guess I added this package. I could remove it. See if it would be the issue. All right. What do we got? Nothing. Are you flipping kidding me? Remote update failed. Remote human error. Is there anything else? Failed to load some library. Yeah, this is impossible to dig into. What's even the problem? Create event form.swift. That's the open file. Does that? Oh, that just means that's the file I'm previewing. Okay, I'll remove it. Look, it wasn't hard to add. I can get rid of it too. How do we? Was that in this package dependencies? And there's that, and I'll just say bye. Is that not how it works? Recently used. Oh, this really is just to add. How do I remove? How do I say I don't want this no more? Is that under here? There it is. Bye. I don't want it anymore because I have a suspicion that it's causing me issues. It should be a bummer because those animations are cool. Maybe I'll just let you do an emoji for now. But hey, Luis, I saw commented again. Does Swift have some kind of CLI or everything in the project needs to go through Xcode? So that's interesting. I don't know if it has a CLI. I think it does. I think it does have a CLI. But they just released, for VS Code at least, an extension. Let's see if I can find it. Yeah, Swift extension for VS Code. So they're doing interesting stuff with Swift, Apple is, because, it's an open source language now. And they have a steering committee that actually decides what goes in it. So it's not just Apple. It's other stuff. And they actually, there's other people involved in saying, here's how this should work. And it's separate. I think it's even now, has its own, it has its own organization now, Swiftlang, in GitHub. So it's not part of the Apple organization anymore in GitHub, which is a symbolic thing. Obviously, it's the same code, but they're really trying to bring it out. And then they've made it so it works on all these different Linux variations and Windows even. So like there's a lot of looks like Android is a community hosted platform. So I don't know specifically how the CLI works. I think there must be, because it's like that's like such a basic part of the language. But yeah, here's how to build a command line tool using Swift. So there must be a way to do that. But there is the VS Code extension now, so that you can actually use it in other places outside of Xcode easily. It has like code completion, package dependency view, error annotations, jump to definitions, stuff that you'd expect, which is interesting. I think that they're doing that. There's also like a language server protocol. Is that what it is? What is LSP? Language server protocol. That is such a weird, to me, way to say it. I guess it is a protocol, but what is up with Noir? Oh, apparently that's super weird. So I have this extension called Noir in Safari, and it dark modes pages automatically, which is pretty cool. But apparently at one point I said, ignore this page. So anyway, that wasn't too interesting of a story, but that's a thing. Anyway, it's a good question. I still think, though, for building Apple apps, you probably need Xcode, because they do a lot of other stuff than just the actual code. In fact, the Swift code, it's interesting. If you've never dived into like Swift, a struct is kind of like a class, but the difference is a class is stored by reference, like in memory, like the way you'd kind of expect classes to work in most languages. A struct does not do that. A struct actually is stored in by value. So it works like an integer or a string or whatever. If your language stores strings as values, I guess, but integers, right? Every language, integers are passed by value, I think. I'm sure there's some counterexample. But anyway, so this is interesting. The view, which is kind of the base of all UI, it's kind of like the widget of SwiftUI, is passed by value. And so I don't really understand like how all this works, to be honest, as far like under the hood. But anyway, my whole point with this, I think the Swift code is actually not doing a lot. I think the SwiftUI framework is doing a ton of work under the hood, which I suppose you can go check it out. But I don't think it's open source. I think there's like, you can't go all the way down. It's not like Flutter where you can see everything. Anyway, that was a big digression. Why are you still here? This package, I thought I got rid of you. Apparently not. It's not on my list of libraries. Can I just delete? Like, why? I don't want this anymore, because I think it's a problem. What's interesting is I just had it render, didn't I? I had something else render. Can I render an event row? Let's see. I'm not sure. Yeah, I guess I can't. Remote human readable error. So that doesn't even make any sense. Completely delete the app and its data from the simulator and restart the simulator. Great. I'll try rerunning. I think it runs on the simulator fine. We're building. Yeah, build succeeded. Yeah, build's fine. Maybe I can just ignore the preview. That's probably fine. It has something to do with the model container. It's possible. Oh, that might be a problem here. Wait, that might be my issue, because I'm not using my fancy preview container here. Or not preview container. What did I call it? Swift data viewer. Yeah. And then it needs a preview container. Preview. There's nothing like going on the internet and not being able to type. I mean, what could be better than that? I can't think of anything. And all right, if I do that, is that just a really bad error message? Let's see. Does this work now? going to find out together. I will say, this stuff is kind of slow. And not that, like, Flutter is always instant, but it feels, like, faster than this. No, that wasn't the issue. Son of a gun. Let me make sure that, like, this is all set up right still. Yeah, it is. I wanted to just make sure that these types were all set. Which they are. So, that wasn't the issue. And you know what? I don't think that was the issue here, because we already had the preview, the fake container for Swift data. So, anyway, this is super annoying. Oops. Let's try this again. Let's try another Google. If I don't figure this out, I may just have to figure this out on my own, which would be super annoying. Looks like project location has an impact on this. Oh my gosh. Is this like one of those like impossible errors? Someone said solved. Wait. Get me out of here. Swift. As much as I love you, Stack Overflow, this one said solved on it. This is a slightly different error, I think, than I had, though. So we'll see. Is that it? It feels more like a Java error. This isn't Java. Wait, what? What's the thing? I have found a fix that allows the code to function on my iPhone. Simply moving the navigation bar icons just outside the navigation view. Let the app compile. What? I had the same problem. Recipe. Go to the data model file. Click default under configurations. Oh boy. You guys, I think I'm in for it. I think I'm in for real debugging. And this is weird because this just came out of nowhere. And, I mean, it's all in video. It just came out of nowhere, and I have no clue what that might have been. Yeah, it looks like it's every file now. It definitely feels like something's stuck. But I mean, how would you go about debugging something that's all you got? Remote human readable error. There might be more in here if I like read closely. Some symbol not found. Oh, it's just that simple. Duh. Just kidding. Just kidding. That's useless. That's useless. Well, that's truly a bummer. You know what I can do? Before, since I don't want to keep debugging this, is we'll just use the simulator, and it'll show off why Flutter's so nice, because we'll have to restart every time we want to preview something, which sucks. And I got rid of my button here. One thing I wanted to try is, I want to see if just saying like updating. And actually, I probably don't even need to set it there. Let's create a constructor here. Oh yeah, so I probably do have to give this type. All right, and then let's create a constructor. And in this constructor, we're going to pass an event, which is an event, but we're going to say nillable. And we're going to say if let event. Is that the syntax? If let event? Maybe. Then we're going to say self.event is equal to event. Right? And then we're going to say self.updating is true. Otherwise, oops, we're going to say self.event is equal to a new event. And we'll say updating, that's going to be false. Look at you. That's false. Any complaints there? Missing a type annotation? Yeah, that would be a problem to do that. And then we'll fix this later. I don't want to deal with that right now. So if we're going to create, what about chatting with Claude, ChatGPT? It's a good idea, Luis. I should check it out. I'm not going to do it right now, though, because I'm over it. I just don't want to debug on the internet, even with ChatGPT. What if it solves it right away? We'll try that in a second. We'll try that in a second. And actually, this should be, so for creating, we'll say if not updating, then we'll do our whole insert to basically say if we're creating a new one, insert. And then here, this should be for updating, then update. Oh, what did you do? Otherwise, create. Yeah? Is this reacting in real time to what I'm doing? Wait. This says update now. Is that just because I swiped on it weird? Yeah, that's just... Never mind. I'm losing my mind. All right. So instead of create event form, this should just be called event form now. Right? We're unifying into one. Get out of here. Update event form. Go to the trash. And then where did I add my swipe? Is that in the events section? My swipe actions here? Yeah, so we'll say event to edit is an event. So where do I actually use this? Do I actually use this anywhere? Oh, that's a binding, probably with the events list. Yeah, there we go. It's mad. All right, event form, bam, and event form, bam. Let's see if this works. Missing argument event. I made it nullable. Doesn't that mean it's optional? Isn't that how it works? Or do I have to explicitly say it's nil? I mean, I can do that. I just don't understand what the rules are. Is it because it's a constructor? It's different? Luis, I'm glad you liked it. I'm glad you thought it was funny. I also need to get better at checking chat. It's just right here on my second screen here, but it's so easy to miss. I need like a little, maybe like a chime or something, since I don't get, all these chats. All right, let's say events nil. We can add another preview for like update later, but let's see if this works first. So I'm going to try to update. Hey, that looked good. Update. And actually, I think with update, you don't even have to click that. Just the way that Swift data works, I think if I say test 3, just dismiss it. Yeah, it updates. So maybe we'll say this shouldn't even exist. Now, here's a question. How do you do that? This whole section should just be if not updating. Or if not updating. Is that how that works? And then we can get rid of all of this. And actually, we can get rid of our if statement here, because that works. Because then that, but this is not how it works. Oh, well, okay, wait. Can I just do this? Something tells me this is wrong. I hope it's right, though, because this would be really clean. But I think that looks pretty good. That looks good. Let's see. All right, I think it worked. Yeah, so now we can just edit. Here, we'll make it test 4 now. And there it is. But then if we want to create, there is the button to create. Which, to be honest, do we even need that? Do we even need a create button here? How cool would it be if you didn't have to create? No, we do, because you had to call this insert. Which I suppose we could do on init, but then you would be creating data that could be disgusting. So, because really, like, we should have something like here to say disabled when event.name.is empty. Except for I don't think you need to do the $sign there. See, look at this. This is where Flutter shines. See, we have to redo this every time. Disgusting. Horrible. Hate it. But it's fine. All right. See, there. Now it's like you can't even click create because you haven't put in a name. So we'll create a new event. Who haven't we done? Neville. We haven't done Neville. Neville's birthday. I have no idea when Neville's birthday is, so we'll say it's today. Hey, that seemed to work. Then we can edit it. Put like a frowny face because it's Neville. Nobody cares, so he's sad. Was that mean? That was kind of mean. But you know. I don't know where I was going with that. I guess it was just mean. Okay, I really want to pick a symbol here. But again, maybe it should just be an emoji. I did see there's an emoji picker thing that you can import. But I feel like I got burned last time. Although it still ran in the browser just fine, or in the simulator just fine. It seemed like it was an issue with my preview. So let's go back here. Add package dependencies. We'll add this back, even though it seems like it never left. Right here. Wait, it says it already exists. So clearly I never removed it. Great. That's what you like to hear. Apparently I don't know how to remove it. I wonder if I screwed it up though by removing it from here. Because I did take it out here. What if I can add it back? Okay, I'll have to do some research. How do you take something out of there? I'm sure there's a way to do it. All right, and it says it can't find it. Last time this import worked. And there we go. All right. And then we'll get our button back. Sure. And I'm going to try, I'm going to try the label. So we're going to say this is, we're going to say picking symbol. If I can type, is true, like we did last time. And then we need a label. And that label's going to be pick an icon. And then we'll say system image is going to be that event.icon. Whatever you have selected. We'll see if this works in the simulator. Because it didn't work in the preview. But I think the preview is broken for other reasons. Is my understanding. So we're going to see. As it boots. Leave your bets in the comments. Is it going to work? We'll try one with balloons. Hey, balloons. Pick an icon. Do this weird prism thing. And there we go. Did I say with animation in there? Is that why it worked? No, it's like just bound. I wonder how that works. Maybe it uses it internally, like a with animation. That's pretty cool. So I can pick an icon. That's nice. That's a good thing to do, I think. So the wedding, instead of being balloons, we'll use a heart. Because of love. There we go. All right. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Should we try to do... I think there is a color picker in SwiftUI. Like built in. Yeah. There is a color picker. So should we set the color? Let's see how this works. It's just a color object that you bind it to. Easy. Easy peasy. Lemon squeezy. So, in the event, we'll give the... Oh, come on. See, this is weird, isn't it? It's like, I gotta click there. There's got to be a better shortcut for that. I just don't know it. We'll say var color. Oh my goodness, I lost my home row. Color. And we'll start it as everything's dot blue. And we'll say color. I don't know if I need both of those. That feels very redundant. All this does. But again, I'm a noob. I don't know what I'm doing. In case that wasn't clear by now. I don't know what I'm doing here. But we're having fun. We're figuring it out. All right, we have our button. Let's get our color picker. And we'll say the selection is going to be bound to event.color. Do we need anything else? Do we need like a description? Yeah, we need like a name. I don't know what that's saying. View builder requires it. Is color picker not a view? Wait, hold up. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. I think I just need a... Let me put it... Sometimes the error messages are super weird, I found, in SwiftUI when you're building stuff. Like, that doesn't make any sense, but I wonder if it's just because I don't have a description here. So I'm going to say color. How about that? And then let's try running it and see if that's really an error. It really is. Dang. What do you got? Oh, I didn't have a comma there. That's a good start of bad. Okay, it said it failed and then it booted up immediately. Failed to build. Cannot find color in scope. What? Oh, is that from SwiftUI? Is that why? But it seemed to work. And a default value. What if I don't have a default value? Huh? Huh? I don't know what's needed here. But, alright. It went away. So, can we pick a color? No, why not? Event form. We have the color picker now. And see, it doesn't give you like a anything here, but I think it worked. Let's also, by the way, just so that we know it's working, we'll say the foreground color of this icon is event.color so that we can actually change the color of that icon on the home screen. Let's see if it nope. No matches to set value. Storing value color in Swift data. Can you not do that? Oh, apparently, anytime there's a guide that has a simple approach, it makes me nervous. Like if it needs a simple approach, does that mean there's gonna be a lot of different approaches? Oh boy, got conditional imports. We got colors, extension on color, and then the thing is that's core data. I really need Swift data. Don't store color, store hex string. Okay, I can do that. Wait, I can actually do that. He says, like, do you have like a property that's like hex? No, value maybe? Hash value? I don't think that's what we want. Let's see. Swift UI color to hex. Get a hex color in Swift UI. Let's use a hex color. Oh, that's a custom extension. Are you kidding me? Is there not a way to do this? Okay, this is what I want. I want SwiftUI color to hex. From hex to color and back again in SwiftUI. What do you got for me? There's an init from color to hex. Great, it's an extension. We're just gonna do the old yoink, yoinky yoink here. And how good was that? To hex. So this returns an int, a string, a nillable string. Is that if it doesn't work? Look at this garbage. Why is this not built into the framework? That's super weird that it wouldn't be. Yeah, and then this is a string now. Heck, make it an optional string, I guess. No, we'll say if it's null, then it's .blue. If it fails to parse, it's dot blue. In fact, instead of return nil here, we're going to say return dot blue. Is there anywhere else where it's returning nil? I can make you like that. And then I don't need to do you. I like that. And then you are going to be same thing here. Like I said, I don't know if this is strictly necessary, but color, no, you're going to be string. Actually, you know what I could do? You can do your color. That would be nice. And then I'm going to do you to color.to hex. Look at that fanciness. All right. Now it's a string. It's not a color. What are you going to do about it? String is no, a dot blue. Oh, I see. I got to return a hex. Duh. Sure. Return nil. Wait. Here's a... Can I do this? Oh, that's such a bad idea. That's a string. Oh. Return. Yeah, that makes sense. You would have no context for color. Color.blue to hex. That's such a bad idea, but because it's like recursive but blue should always be able to turn into a hex, right? I guess we're about to find out if mine crashes because it ran out of stack trace or whatever. All right, so you event.color are a string now. You know what? I'm going to say, I know I keep changing this, but this is how I like it. We're actually going to say that's internal. You know, yeah. And then we'll do this color value. And actually, we'll say this is private. And then we'll have a var color, which returns... See, this is where I need it both ways, don't I? Because I need to be able to turn that back into a color. So we're just going to do that. Do the old yoinky yoink for that initializer. It also can return nil, which I guess is fine. Private. Oh, I need a var. How do you do setters, by the way, in Swift? Because I want a getter and a setter here. Property getters and setters. Swift. What do we got? Oh, interesting. Use set and get keywords. Okay. I can do that. So we're going to say color value is equal to... I got to give this a type. And then how do I reference that? Is it just new value? Is that what it's called? Is this like a convention? Yeah. .to hex. And then the getter is going to be color of color value. Look at you. Is that going to work? Yeah. I'm surprised because this is nillable, isn't it? Yeah. Oh. Is it not using the extension I did, by the way? It should, right? Does he show you, like, using it in the end? Yeah. Heck. Oh. So it is wrong. Glad I checked that. This should be hex. Specifically. Because that's what we called it. And then now it's saying it's nillable. So we'll say dot blue. Everything's just going to be blue in my app. Let's see how this works here. Are we able to give it a color? All right, Neville. We're going to start with you. Color. There's a picker. Let me click it. Oh, this is a pretty sophisticated color picker. What is that? Eyedrop tool? On what? All right. This is not at all what I expected, but I'm happy with it. All right, it's red now. And oh, it's kind of like maroon. You get it. Let's see. I want this test one to be like a very like nice purple. Yeah. And is it? Yeah, it is. It's a nice purple. Hey, that's super cool. We got the right music for this. Let's pick an icon. Let's make it orange. Oh, that's just not a great orange. I want like an orange, like a really like vibrant orange. Like more like, oh boy, I just keep screwing that up. Just give me your most vibrant orange. I feel like it's still not doing a good vibrant orange. You know what? We're going to do that yellow color. But creating should work, right? Creating. We'll call it my B-Day. I don't know. We're just testing it out. There's a nice yellow. That's pretty cool. That'll work. You know what? If we were really good, this should all be yellow too. Let's do that real fast. That'll take no time. And then I think we're done for the day on this. But you know, this has been, I think, a great success, you could say. I think so, at least. And did it make it all yellow? Yeah, that's pretty cool. I like that. I wonder if it like changes in real time. Yeah, it does. Look, so if it's green. If I kind of pull it down, it's green before I even like close it, and it's saved. It should be. I think it should be persisted, right, across runs because it's saved to Swift data. Yeah, there it is. All right, team. Thanks for watching. I think we're going to wrap it up there. I think that was a pretty big success. We'll go to my, I call this one Big Head, this view. There's a weird bar there. I got to get a better stand for my camera. That's on my list of stuff to do. I thought you were doing a GIF managing app, but with that color picker, it seems like you're coding some sort of Photoshop. It's a very big color picker. That's the truth. Yeah. Look, maybe I'll build a custom one for later. I don't know. We'll see. We're just playing here, you know. We're learning. We're figuring it out. As you guys can tell, I don't really know. Like I'm out of my depth here, but I love that. I don't know. I haven't been out of my depth in something coding wise in a while. So it's really fun to just not understand what's going on. So anyway, thanks for watching, and we'll catch you next time. I'm hoping to do another video soon on Swift data, my thoughts about it. I don't love it, but I don't hate it either. It does a lot of cool stuff, so I think it'll make a good video. So be on the lookout for that. And also, I'm hoping to stream every week. We'll see, knock on wood, at least until I had to go back to work full time. So we'll see. But thanks for watching. If you have any tips, too, about how to improve my streaming system here, my setup, let me know. If, you know, audio or video or whatever. But thank you guys for watching, and we'll catch you in the next one. Thanks.